Hey folks, Temple here, and I'm joined by...
spinda94 here.
Now, you're wondering what the hell this is all about. Now, as many of you will know, recently there's been a lot of videos all about, the whole fair use bullshit that's going on.
Yeah, it's been quite escalated. I mean, it originally started with I Hate Everything, and he got a bit of a voice out, then Your Movie Sucks got a voice out. But recently, even the Nostalgia Critic, who's arguably one of the big internet celebrities, who's been around a good 8 years, has started complaining about it. I mean, even stuff like Boogie and all that.
Yeah, Boogie, Alpha, and I want to put my hat in the ring on this because I was a victim of this recently. Now, for those who don't know, recently I was involved in a copyright strike. Now, to be fair on this, Capcom, who the video was belonging to, which was the Resident Evil one, they did not strike me. It was not them. This was YouTube striking me. Now, YouTube struck me thinking that my content was unfair, violent, and racial discrimination and swearing. Now, I challenged this recently and won my appeal. So my video was taken down, then it was put back up in the 24 hours. And to me, this is where the fair use is coming one thing, which I stated in my appeal, that this was fair use. It was not, there was no money involved. This was a fair use. It was a guide. It was everything under the sun.
Yeah, it's because the system's all fucking automated. And it's really annoying because it's automated. They don't have a human checking this. It's all automated, and if the algorithm picks it up, you're banned.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not into the thousands of subs. They need a system in where at least someone human checking it. I mean, the worst part is the such inhuman response you get. I mean, as I say, I haven't got any titles personally. I've just been following what's going on. But did you not see the message that said I hate everything when he got his channel banned and he got his channel back?
Yeah.
It was such the automated
bullshit.
Standard human response back, and it's they don't give a shit.
They don't.
And at the end of the day, he's making them money. You'd think there'd be a bit more consideration to the ones that make them money, but honestly, they don't give a shit, Cop. Let's be fair. There's no competition to YouTube.
Well, no, not anymore, because to be honest, if you the other channels like Daily Motion.
Yeah, what the hell's Daily Motion gonna do? Ever since Mega Video died.
Yeah, which is, you heard about his owner now in the courts.
Yeah.
Which is, well, that's another time. Talk another time. But to be honest, the whole fair use thing, it does need to be sorted
and quickly.
Yeah, because it's getting worse and worse. And for those who are not aware of fair use is basically the term that if anyone creates something, then it's their right to be, fair. It's fair use. It's their right to do critique. Like, for example, reviews, let's plays, criticism videos. But unfortunately, what I learned about this fair use, because I looked at the law myself, it's a two-way street.
Yeah, you're meant to check if the content is actually infringing on your fair use before you send the strike. And that's illegal.
Yeah.
Because there was a big legal battle, and that's what you're meant to do now, or the courts can sue you back. But no one ever does that. No, but look, if that happened to us, we don't have the money to go through the courts.
No, I mean, that's the reason why I took the appeal route with YouTube and won it. And the thing is, though, in my defense, I put evidence forward to them, saying, well, why is, I'll put an example. Why is, Necroscope, who I love watching his videos, why is he not banned? Because he did the same videos I've done. Okay, we're both different in our methods, but we've done a similar video. Why was he not banned for violence?
Money.
He doesn't make money.
No, it's all money.
It's all money.
Because if YouTube's making money off you, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's look at the prank videos. Look at prank videos that are all over YouTube. I mean, what are you not allowed to show on YouTube? Violence, sexuality, racism. That's all prank videos are.
Yeah.
There's literally a video that encompasses all of this. It's a half-naked woman, white woman, she's got her tits out and everything, walking around asking black people where Club Nigger is.
Oh, God.
And she goes up to it, and because she's doing a rehash of another prank, going up to them like that. And the worst part is, they only show the reactions of the people who go crazy, and it gives a horrible image, of like that. And no wonder these horrible fucking stereotypes come in, where some of them, I quite like one. I'll give it a credit. I don't like prank videos, but I'll give the credit to the prankster who originally did it. He was going around with the camera saying, look, we're not getting many good reactions. In fact, we've had a lot of people just go excuse me, look at them excuse me, what are you on about? Then I show them the leaflet, and they don't kick off or anything. They just go, oh, well, sorry, I don't know where that is. In fact, even one guy tried to show him directions.
Yeah.
So, and they're breaking YouTube guidelines, because that's, it's like showing nudity, it's clearly racist, and it's clearly causing harm to other people.
And the problem is, the only firms that are getting targeted are those of the gaming community. And to be honest, this whole mess really fair use and this whole mess of the gaming community really has started ever since the recent studies of proving, violence towards, video game violence, which is proven now that by psychologists and by several universities, top universities around the world, proven it's all false. And now they've got no soapbox left to play with, and now they're trying everything they can to try and keep themselves relevant.
Well, it's been like Hollywood as well. I mean, as I say, I'll link Nostalgia Critics review video about this whole thing. It explains it way better than we ever could.
Yeah.
But it's like Hollywood's taking it down, saying, "Oh, you're infringing on our product." But look at the origins of Hollywood.
Yeah.
They went away from all the studios. They went to Hollywood so that they could build content in peace. And look, all these years later, they're doing the same thing. That's a great point he brings up in the video, and it infuriates me to no end. This
it does, and the thing is though, I mean, and you haven't been struck yet.
I've had claims, but
no,
it's just like you can't monetize from Splatoon.
Yeah, but you haven't been properly striked like I have. And I'll be honest with you, the strike really, it could have wrecked my channel because, for one thing, I couldn't use any thumbnails. I couldn't use anything. Like, even if I uploaded a video, it would be under horrific scrutiny. So that's why I had to, before I can even, consider doing any videos. I mean, the one person who I can guarantee you who's had this before is Total Biscuit. If any of you remembers the One Day Gary incident, or the Shining Force incident, I mean, those two are the most recognized YouTube incidents out there, right? And Total Biscuit could tell you this. When he got striked for no reason, and he was a victim of the fair use law, which was infringed on. It's unbelievable. But however, I could see where some of the now I'm going to play devil's advocate, so don't blast me. I can see where some of these creators have got a point, like say for example Capcom, right? They might look at this and think, well, I might be damaging their product, damaging their sales, for them to have money to make their living. I could see to that point, but when you go and use bullshit tactics, that's when I say, right, line drawn.
It's just making them take out a fair use. Even it is some of the bigger companies, but it's like the little companies as well. Like I look at David Savage.
Yeah.
Look what he did. It's like I Hate Everything's a prime example of this. I Hate Everything reviews this movie, which is on IMDb, one of the worst movies out there.
Yeah.
And he reviewed it saying it was absolutely terrible, and he made jokes about the content and all that. And that must have made him snap, because he's been fine with people dissing his movie before.
Yeah.
But that must have made him snap, and he's done everything away, sending threatening messages and all that. And the thing is, there's no backlash for these people in Hollywood.
Nope.
But what really needs to happen that YouTube needs to do, they need to make it fair on both sides. Like, if we're doing something bad, we get punished. If they're doing something bad with these unfair uses of fair use, they need to be put accountable.
Well, there was an incident recently. For those who might have known this or might know, you heard of Jim Sterling.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Insomniac Games are at loggerheads. And it was all over the Stolen Ground, fiasco. It's one of the most YouTubed things going on, where he slates a critic, he slates the developer, and the developer goes freaking batshit. Another prime example is Phil Fish. Yes, Phil Fish. The whole incident of him and Marcus Blow, and to be honest, like John Blow, and Marcus Beer, and I'll be honest here, Fish and Blow are assholes. Let's be honest, they're assholes.
They went into the gaming industry for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I mean,
even if they went in purely, my God, they got corrupt quick.
Yeah, well, let's be honest, John Blow isn't bad, but I think his ego thing, because one of his games was good, he got a little ego, then he got knocked down a couple of pegs after it. But Phil Fish, let's be honest, he was even in the game movie, he was a freaking psychopathic prat.
Yeah.
That just needed to grow up. And
to be fair, Fez wasn't the worst game in the whole time. It's just the person behind it.
Yeah.
It's just
And what happened to Fez? It could have been like Undertale. Like Undertale is regarded as one of the best indie games at the moment, along with Five Nights.
Five Nights has had its day. It's dying down now.
It's dying down, but it's still. But you get the point.
Yeah.
They're like indie gems. Fez could have been on that pantheon, but it's not going to be near.
Since the guy is such a prick.
Yep. And that's a fair use thing, where he believes, he was unfairly adjusted by the critics.
I mean, people saying, people should play them to Let's Plays and all that. Any company knows a Let's Play is a great source of advertising for your game, especially the indie games.
Oh yeah, but unfortunately, people like Phil Fish believes that they should give him all the money because his problem, which is bullshit. But money
is the root of all evil.
Yeah, but that's a fair use thing with the YouTube thing as well, because you think, well, why's that got fair use? It is kind of technically fair use because he thinks we're using his content technically because he's created it, that he should get all the monies. Like all the advertisement, which is wrong, because we are the ones who's creating it, we're the ones who's playing it, we're commenting, we're doing all the editing work, we're doing the donkey work.
And he puts all the spin on it. As I say, it's money's strange thing with YouTube. Think about it. YouTube isn't YouTube anymore. It should be called like multi-million-pound making tube.
Yeah, but the problem is though, and this is the number fact I want to put about YouTube, is a lot of these big corporations, why they're muscling in. Let's be honest, TV is going in the way of the dodo.
Well, yeah, look, see, it's history repeating itself. Because originally it was radio, then TV was going to kill off Hollywood, but then Hollywood used TV to make movies out.
Yeah.
Then then videos of VHS for use in America.
Yeah.
Then then they said that was going to be the death of it, but then they started using it. Then DVDs. Now it's the internet. History repeats itself.
It does, but now I believe TV is going with the dodo. I mean, if anyone will agree with me on this, in TV these days there aren't that many great shows. There's hardly any. There's only like a handful of shows that are good, and let's be honest, the only thing that's good nowadays is news and sport, which is sad but true.
I wouldn't even say the news is good. It's that in Britain, it's that fucking.
Yeah, but you get what
Call
I'm
me
saying.
paranoid, but it's that selective. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying though. News and sport, the only two things that are worth watching because you don't know what's going to happen. But other than that, the rest of the shows are either predictable, or they're just downright bad.
Well, let's say I haven't sat down and watched my TV in ages.
I'll be honest, you know how much TV I watch on a weekly basis?
I watch YouTube.
Yeah, I only watch, literally, and I'm not lying, folks, I only watch about 5 hours worth of telly. That's pretty much like 30 minutes on the sports channel news, and then the news, and then if there's a football match of my team, I'll watch that. But other than that, that's it.
For me, it's I get home from work, I'm usually straight on my computer. I'm either on games, YouTube, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just don't have time to watch TV anymore. There's nothing really that interesting on.
That's what I'm saying. And nowadays, you've got Netflix now that just does it for you. You just go, right, oh, I missed this show. It's on Netflix.
I was looking up on the internet.
Yeah,
I mean, look at
I'll watch it anytime.
like even movies to a degree. I mean, that Deadpool's meant to be good. I haven't seen it yet, but the best movie I've watched recently is that Beasts of War, and that was a Netflix exclusive.
Yeah.
God, that was brutal.
Yeah.
that took advantage of the fact it was on the internet and didn't need to worry about ratings to the best.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And that's the thing, though. I mean, I remember a time when telly was like an institution. Now it's just like with the internet. I mean, let's be honest. The last good show I've watched recently on telly was Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and that is starting to decline as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay, but God, you're never going to get as good as the first season was the best season.
It's like so The Simpsons. Like the first 9 seasons have been great,
yeah.
but now it's dying out.
God, The Simpsons now is the shadow of its former self.
It is. But this is the thing, what we're saying about fair. I mean, I know we're going off track a little bit, but this is roving on why fair use is getting broken. It's because of the fact that, many of these corporations know for a fact now that television and other medias are dying. Internet is the thing, and YouTube is the place. And a lot of people, don't want to lose money, but unfortunately, by using these bullshit tactics, it's going to end up biting them in the bloody ass.
If you really want to see what the problem is with YouTube, if I could log out my profile, I would, but let's just look at what's in trending.
Yeah.
The Late Show with James Conrad. That's a show on TV.
Yeah.
That isn't some little guy like us trying to make YouTube videos, When YouTube was back in the day, that the likes of PewDiePie, who was nobody, just happened to make that Let's Play and become it.
Yeah.
Rihanna VO, Oxford Union. These are all like, BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
All big companies that have well established and established themselves over time. There's no room for the little guy anymore. That's why it's not YouTube anymore. It's multi-million-pound, give us money tube.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, that's the thing. Well, unfortunately, YouTube is also suffering due to a certain effect, which is the ad block effect.
Yeah.
Because more people now are putting in ad blocks, right?
And people are having to be really sly to get their ads around now, aren't they?
Yeah, they have to be sly. But unfortunately, now the ad blocks are now being more and more common. I mean, someone posted a while ago, Monday Matt. Have you heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
Now, Monday Matt said, and I quote, about ad blocks, that they're killing his channel because he's not getting the money from the advertising because people put ad blocks on. And I'm sorry to say this, Monday Matt, but that's the reason why we put the ad blocks. We don't want to be bothered about advertising.
We get enough ads on TV.
Yeah.
The ad block, I mean, I feel sorry for these creators who've got, they're creating all this and they're not getting as much money because they're lying when they say they don't make any. They get paid either way, but they get less for ad blocking.
Yeah.
And I do agree, it's a bit shit. But as I say, the ads on YouTube, I wish they would make sense to the person you're buying. I mean, even on like YouTube, you'll get advertisements for porn sites.
Yeah, I know, which is ridiculous.
I mean, I've got nothing wrong with porn. In fact, the opposite. But I don't want to see it on YouTube constantly, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's why I think most is fair use what's going on with YouTube at the moment. It really, YouTube, in my view, it needs to be updated. It needs to change. It needs to get its act together. Because I wouldn't be surprised that in the next 5 years, a lot of the top rate YouTubers are going to go bye bye.
Yeah. Let's put it this way: there needs to be competition for YouTube. If competition, gets better for the customers. I mean, look at like Asda and Tesco's and stuff like that. We've got the supermarket price war, and like even basic stuff like, I know this is not the best example. Tins of soup are the cheapest they've ever been. Cover the supermarket price war.
Yeah.
There needs to be something for that on YouTube. There needs to be a major competitor to it. Because then it'll improve.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's like the WWE. Who's going to challenge it? There's no one. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people will scream out saying, "Oh, New Japan," or Ring of Honor. Guys, I'm talking about a proper like massive promotion like in the North American area, not like in the world.
Honestly, I think if a big competitor to YouTube rose up, and a lot of people jumped ship, and it just became a little bit successful, even for just a bit, even if it just became a blip on the map, I bet YouTube would shit itself and change itself.
I think it would. I mean, PewDiePie's trying to, but fortunately for Pewdie,
he's got such a mixed reputation. It's unbelievable.
It is.
Kids love him. Adults. I don't like his content, but I appreciate what he's done.
I appreciate what he's done, but I feel like that it's like another person I put up, Jesse Cox. He's another one. He's like, half the time he's good, half the time he's just like, mate. There's a time and place for your shit, and like for example, like the Court Show podcast. You ever seen that with him and Toll Biscuit?
Yeah.
There are times when he gets funny, right? I think okay, breaks the mood, fine. But when he continues it, it's just like, oh, for God's sake, mate. Enough.
I don't think he's a serious personality. That's what I always thought of him as. I always thought of him as not light-hearted, but you get the idea.
Yeah, but you would think though there are times when you think like there are times when you think like there's a time when you do this and it's time like to get.
Yeah, but you've got to remember he's got to sell himself.
Yeah. At
the end of the day, it's bad as the whole YouTube and thing. I was offered a partnership recently. I'm glad I didn't take it, but the insight for money even affects me, and I don't like the. It's weird because I'm slightly against the idea of making money off YouTube, but in another sense, I don't see why you shouldn't. Because YouTube's making money off you, you're surely entitled to it.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's like you of all people, which I'm surprised when you told me this. I was thinking, what, you of all people who've always been up against this kind of stuff.
It came in and it's very weird when you get a legit offer and you get so excited for the first couple of days, but then you just take down and sit and you look at yourself and think, I'm only 170 odd subscribers. I'm not going to make any money. They're going to make way more money off me. It's how these partnerships work. They get all these people with like 100 to 200 subscribers, and they collectively make more money off them than the one who's got 6 million.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I mean, the only good thing about doing these kind of things, it gives you a bit of a profile. Like, it gives you more of a, like, gets you out there. But the problem is, on the flip side of the coin,
you're sacrificing your soul.
I wouldn't say that far, but close enough.
But yeah, as I say, I'm glad I didn't. As I say, I wanted the idea of increasing my content and all that. But to be fair, I got a DeviantArt account recently, and just going around DeviantArt asking people, especially in the Pokemon community, most seem completely fine with it.
Yeah, and to be honest, I know we've gone a little sidetracked, guys, but this is revolving around fair use because it does revolve around it. It's
just a shitty situation, and YouTube really needs to sort this out. I don't think they will until the money's threatened.
I'll be honest with you, I think Google, the more appeals that Google get, I think Google's going to have to look at this thing and look, we've got to do something about this. This is getting out of hand. We're getting absolutely hammered.
They need bigger people to openly speak out about it. The nostalgia critics next. You know what they really do need? But I don't think who'd ever do it. People like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and all these big Let's Players. Who's got like the tens of millions subscribers.
Well, I know Biscuit has talked about it.
Yeah, but Biscuit's only 2 million.
But still a big hitter
That's it. Get Markiplier to talk about it. Markiplier or PewDiePie. Let's be fair, their fans are rabid as shit. You point them in a direction, they'll destroy something. Yeah. They're like the Brig on a freaking Black Mushroom Rush.
Yeah, for those who don't know, he's a LARPer, so so wing it.
But it's if he honestly, they just say to their fans, look, fair use, explain it properly. They won't have to encourage them to do anything. They'll do it because Markiplier said so, and they'll go out of the way to make you go away from YouTube's Oh God, imagine if Anonymous get involved.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do eventually.
Yeah, because that's right up their alley, isn't it?
Oh yes. But the thing is, though, I feel like Markiplier. If someone like Markiplier or Pewdie, came out and said this, I think that would.
I mean, openly on their channel.
Yeah.
Not like in a side channel or like in an interview blog, like on their main channel.
Yeah. Can you imagine the backlash that could drive? I know. No offense to Nostalgic, Boogie, or Biscuit, or Alpha, but if someone like one of those two actually said something about it,
something would happen.
Yeah.
Because they're the main driving forces in those communities at the moment. I mean, Boogie's always been around for ages, and we all look up to him and all that. It's same with Biscuit and all that, but they're not the ones who gets the views.
Which sucks.
They deserve the views.
They deserve
but it's what it's to say. You got to remember who's on the main majority of YouTube: teenagers. There's nothing wrong with being a teenager, but as an adult. From teenage to adult, believe me, your preferences change by a mile, don't they?
Oh yeah.
It's an unbelievable amount. Anyway, do you want to start wrapping up here?
Yeah,
I've realised it's been 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a good. But folks, this is the reason why I'm talking about this video. Is all about the fair use. I feel fair use needs to be redone, rechanged, to have a two-way street system. Saying right, the content creators like ourselves should be given more power to protect ourselves against like these bullshit tactics. Because if this continues, I will not be surprised if many channels disappear in the next 5 years.
Sid, hashtag where's the fair use?
Yep.
Where's the fair use, YouTube?
Yep. So this is Black Timer signing off. And if you like the videos, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you like Pokemon battles, please head over to Spinner's channel. I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, guys. As I say, get this thing. Hopefully, share this video around. Hopefully, YouTube will get its act sorted, and hopefully, by the time we upload this, it'll be irrelevant. But I doubt it. I doubt it.
Anyway, catch you all later.